car, or
what's that?
is it just a solo, or?
No, I'll just do it virtually with guests and stuff, online and shit.
Right,
It's really easy to. The internet, COVID taught me that Zoom exists.
Zoom makes it easier. That's something to buy.
Zoom shows are so fun.
Yeah.
So great.
And we'll start. All right, episode
13.
13, what do you think? Yes, Roastbusters. I'm Narn Veg.
I'm Greg Beachland.
And today our guest, good friend of ours. Good friend, Mr. Spokane himself, Mr. International, Mr. Texas. Yes, where you live now?
Yeah, I live in Texas, yeah.
There we go.
I believe in freedom.
Nice. You live in
Freedom and no abortion.
You live in Spokane, which is the Texas of Washington.
Yeah.
They did have a Texas Roadhouse there, and I ate there.
But no, they didn't have a Texas Roadhouse. They got a Texas Roadhouse in Coeur d'Alene, though.
That wasn't in Spokane.
Did they?
Wait.
I went there a couple weeks ago. I went there.
What?
Did they just open it? Must have just opened.
I don't know.
I don't remember the Texas Roadhouse. What area of town was this in?
I kind of all look the same. I'm not from there.
This is.
I just remember driving by like some like side neighborhood, and there's a bunch of trampolines in the front yard, so it wasn't like a good part of town.
Right in the valley. It's like the valley.
It's never a nice house has a trampoline in the front yard.
I was doing a show in Lake Stevens, Washington years ago, and this dude comes up, talks to me after the show, and he goes, "You guys were just in Missoula, Montana?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I was just there a while back because my wife and I had never been to a Cracker Barrel, but we wanted to go eat a Cracker Barrel, and that was the closest one, so we drove to Missoula, Montana, ate that Cracker Barrel." I'm like, first of all, that's the white trashiest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Yeah, it's like their Mecca. They got
It's like, we know the law, babe. We got to do it once.
It's like, it's like a Jew going to Israel. They all go and get in for free.
It's like, no, it wasn't anything. It was our anniversary.
Yeah,
it was our anniversary.
That's the tin can anniversary. But I fucked him up because I go, "You went to Missoula?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "You know there's one in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, right? That's like half as far." And he goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah, no, there's one in Coeur d'Alene. You can see, you passed it on the 90. It's on the highway. It's right there in Coeur d'Alene." And he was so mad. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill my wife. We drove all the way to Missoula."
I want to offend this guy's wife. There's been many times I plugged in just an ad, like plugged in a name, and just went to the first one that was there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's one way close.
Yeah, dude, you just filter by nearest.
Yeah,
you
we do.
It's so easy.
He just looked at the thing. He's like, "There's the one in Missoula has a half a star rating better." That's why he went there.
Give you an extra ladle of gravy.
Yeah. What kind of food do they have at I've never been to Cracker Barrel. I drove by one when I was in Massachusetts.
I've been in one. I've never eaten in one.
Okay, it's just breakfast food.
Yeah, I think it's just they actually held the record. They had this meal that was like the largest caloric intake of any meal you could order at a restaurant.
Oh, really?
It was something crazy. It was like fucking. It was like 7,200 calories or some shit. Like for what? Like just a giant. Yeah, it's country fried steak and gravy. Just it was wild. I mean, it's just. And truckers are just eating that.
Is that
4 times a week?
And going on the road.
What's that?
That's not a thing.
Is that Claim Jumpers? Is that kind of like the same thing?
No, Claim Jumpers is a little nicer, I think, than
What's Claim Jumpers?
It's like a fancy Applebee's.
I remember the Claim Jumpers. They had like this big country fried steak thing. That made me think.
It's
of
a similar theme, I think. That whole like
lots of white
weird,
people.
Yeah, lots of white people. Like,
we should like have one together called like Ku Klux Claim Jumpers. There's no seasoning on it whatsoever.
Yeah,
the seasoning is great.
It's flour, water, heat it up, and pour on the biscuits.
My favorite joke about England's like, they invaded all these countries for their spices and used none of them.
Yeah, they just hoard it all up. We don't use that shit though.
Oh yeah, no, that's wild. But yeah, no, I never been to one. I've always thought about checking it out, but I was like, let's buy better food somewhere else. Yeah, and also Spokane has a Chili's.
Spokane does have a Chili's. Yeah. They've got a couple. Actually, they used to have a Chili's in the mall.
Yeah, Northtown Mall.
It closed.
It closed.
That one closed a couple years ago. And times are hard in Spokane when Chili's are closing. They're still building new Burger Kings in the valley.
Burger King?
Burger King's surviving.
Wow.
And Chili's is not surviving. You have drastically fucked up your food game. You need a new CEO.
Burger King is like the most hit or miss fast food place, like out of all the places.
Facts.
I say it's
everyone 100%.
Most of the time it's
own.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't fuck with Burger King. Are you kidding me? We've talked about this. I know. Arby's slaps low key.
It does.
Fucking people don't talk about Arby's.
All the hate that Arby's gets belongs to Burger King.
Unfounded hate for Arby's. I don't know, what do you hate about it exactly?
What's bad about a roasted beef sandwich and curly fries? Like they have so much self-esteem. They're like, fuck your straight fries. Curly only. Curly is the
sauce, bro. That's all it is.
It's legit. You know, and it's pretty reasonably priced considering, you know.
They say how everything is now. It's way better price than Jack and Bucks. I went to Jack and Bucks, and it costs like $16 now.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
$16. Like, I just go to Denny's.
Yeah.
And smoke cigarettes inside, you know?
Take shots at the bar.
Yeah, I think the Denny's, they have a bar where you're like, dude, this is the saddest day. This is where people go before they kill themselves. Like, I'm gonna have a moon over my hammy, a shot of fucking Monarch vodka, and I'm going back to my Hotel 6 and hang myself with the
I used to live in the valley. I used to hang out at the Denny's bar.
Anything top shelf there is like in a glass bottle. The first thing I bought when I
was fancy.
That's good. Oh, you're going. What is it, your birthday? Jesus Christ, man! Oh my God, you're celebrating over there, buddy.
Oh, hey, cheers, man. Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah, there we go. Cheers.
All right, here.
Yeah, so you had like a fun rowdy bar show last night.
Yeah, it was wild. Someplace in Belfair, Casey's. It was fun. It was great. I mean, I had a lot of fun, but you know, it's one of those shows where you're just like, all right, fuck this side of the room. They're not paying. Like, I'm just gonna like. It's because it's a bar show and it's free show, so they're not. Half people aren't there for it. So this side of the room is listening. People behind me were just fucking hammers. I'm like, all right, turn my back to them. I'm gonna play to the people who are having a good time. And they had a great time. They had fun. Sold some merch. Some fucking hammered lady said I was funnier than Joe Coy. So I'm like, all right, you are drunk. Someone take her keys. This lady is clearly under the influence.
That's a bar for the DUI test. Like, someone's funny or somebody? No,
you gotta. These one people literally. This lady pulled her husband out of the bar. He was falling off his bar stool and wouldn't get up, and she pulled him out of the bar, and he drove away. And I'm like, those people are dying tonight. For sure. You know, he couldn't see straight. I mean, he barely stand up. She had to put him in the driver's seat, and then he just drove off.
Wow.
Like,
you know what your merch should be? Life insurance.
Just sign over their life insurance to me. Is what it should be. Yeah, because you guys are dying tonight. I'm getting all your money.
That's wild. Oh man, so like there's some guy fell on his bar stool and he just left. He just got kicked out. That's what it was.
No, his wife wanted to leave. And she's like, will you get that guy? And I'm like, I think she wants you to go. And he does this.
She asked you to get him? Like, hey man.
She's like, just.
You wake up my drunken husband on the floor. The bartender says, no, just let him sleep.
I think people are expecting too much of crowd work nowadays for comedians.
This is like, how much work am I doing here? Carry your guy to if you buy a shirt, I'll carry him to the bar.
You buy a shirt, I'll order your Uber.
Yeah, 100%.
Now we all. Well, what's your merch by it? What's your shirt?
Shirts. Just my shirt. It's 007 joke.
I fucks with it. Yeah, 007. That works out good.
People like it. Mexicans like it. And white people like it. They always say, "I got a Mexican friend who's gonna love this." I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you have one.
Jaime's Bond.
I got a low-key Mexican friend.
Yeah.
We all know he's Mexican, but
I got a guy who cleans my house.
He likes talking about it.
James Bond, or how do you say James Bond in Spanish?
Jaime Bond. I don't know.
Jaime Bondage. Jaime Bondage sounds like a different thing.
Yeah, down in Texas, it's all fucking beaters, so they love it. But up here, they're buying it for someone.
I'm trying to think of
I can tell you in Texas right now. I'm just dropping this kind of language. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, those fucking beaters and spicks out there. God damn it. That's all right. It's me. I'm one of them.
I love that people forget that you are
I know, right?
I remember this one post we saw this thing and you commented someone's like, how should I book the show? It doesn't matter, but with this or that, just be funny. That's all that should matter.
Yeah,
and see, I just went after you another white man taking opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, my last name's Casillas.
What's really the funniest part is I don't fucking give a shit about any of those people.
Yeah.
They're all don't exist to me. They're not people. I don't fucking care about any of them. Like they're like, well, you've done 8 open mics in the last 10 years. You used to do comedy. Suck my dick. I could give a shit less about it. Like Yeah, there was some about diversity on a show, and I'm like, I don't care how woke your show is, like, just book whoever's the funniest.
Yeah, no.
And like that's my policy. I'm not saying don't book like ethnic or women or gay people or whatever. Not women, that's
but
gross.
also,
but like
that's
you know,
gay.
that's fucking retarded. You know,
That was in Texas. Texas Deece. That's what we call it. Texas Deece.
Disclaimer at the front. Listen, Texas is a different place.
Yeah, man.
You've never been to the green room in Texas. Like, it's different vibes.
Oh,
Loose,
man.
loose. It's not Seattle. I moved there for a reason, guys. Don't
No,
you know?
no, Texas is wild, dude. Like I remember doing this thing like next door to Kill Tony, and this guy, I was like, here's my impression.
Sunset Strip, that
Yeah,
place.
yeah. That's one thing. He's like, here's my impression of every Texas open micer, and you said I slurred like 6 times in a row. I'm like, oh my god, this is not like Seattle at all.
Yeah.
I'm up here in Seattle, I'm considered dirty. When I go down to Texas, like, man, this guy's soft as
Yeah,
fuck.
man, this guy is.
This guy was said
great
fuck
with the
7 times.
fastball.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's why I like it down
He
there.
refused to punch down on anyone.
He didn't murder a single homeless person. His entire joke.
It's great. I love it. You can talk shit
The
about
Wild West.
anyone, and they're all great. They all want to
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah, no, I've never seen a white Canadian guy just drop the hard R so many times on stage. Like, oh my god, I know Canadians were this way. I had no idea.
So frank, like, you know, I'm in prison right now.
That's why they voted for him, the blackface thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's the only black guy. He's like, oh, we have a black president too. You guys got Obama, we got this guy.
Yeah,
But he dressed up like an Indian.
Justin, true to the
Yeah,
game.
Yeah. It was like
Justin
a
true to the game.
What do they say his dad is? What do they say his dad is? What's
His
name?
dad was black for Halloween.
No, his people think his dad was Castro. People say his dad was Castro. People think that his real dad was Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a rumor on the internet. So it's
Yeah,
gotta
you
be
know,
true.
the rumors.
You know, here's the thing. If you put pictures of them, they kind of look alike. And also, you know, he's got some wild ideas. So, you know.
Hey, communist Cuba, that's all I gotta say. Pretty soon, we'll have Canadians.
No, Cuba's got great ideas. I'm talking about fucking, what's his name? Trudeau.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
He was great at these egg sandwiches.
Yeah. I do fuck with the Cuban sandwich.
Yeah, Cuban sandwich.
Cuban food is my favorite food.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite Cuban food? It's like Arby's.
Ropo Viejo.
Robo Viejo.
It's just like their traditional, like it's like a stew of meat and vegetables and seasoned shit, but it's like it's a traditional thing.
It's a good stew. Okay.
Well, it's like it's not. It's like it's not really like a stew because you get like a big chunk of meat, but you'll get it's like brothy. It's got some broth and stuff on it, you know.
Sounds delicious.
It is, but it's very good. It's
Yeah.
just good.
He
It's all
the
that.
thing is, he didn't list a single ingredient for the
I don't know what they put in it. I just eat it. Look, I don't make it.
Yeah,
What do
but
you think?
you know it's gonna soon be like.
I'm
you
not a
know,
Caribbean being.
Puerto
I'm a
Rican,
fucking
you know, water.
Central.
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Hey,
It's the best water dish I've had.
listen, I'm
Caribbean people. Yeah.
Caribbean people.
Oh my goodness, no. That reminds me of, I did have this one joke against this one Puerto Rican guy at a roast battle, and he's just like, some guy, he kept calling him Mexican the entire time.
Yeah.
Logan Cantrell had a joke about him. He was like, hey, he says like, what's his name? Alberto has 2 kids, rice and beans. You know, it was just so stupid. I lost it so hard. And he's like, a Puerto Rican bitch. Like, yeah, he's island Mexican.
Puerto Rico, or as I like to call it, the Mexico that got hurricaned.
So what you're saying is you don't eat rice and beans in Puerto Rico? I didn't say any of that.
Yeah, maybe in that shit.
It's all the same shit, but
yeah, listen, man, there is like a Latino hierarchy, and I'm telling you, Puerto Rican's real fucking low on that list.
Like, what's the highest on the list?
Mexicans, of course. Come on, yeah.
Oh, Spaniards, you know.
No, they're not Latino. They're fucking. Those are Europeans. Come
They're
on.
the European.
Would
Yeah.
Colombians be in there somewhere? Or is that more like
I feel like Colombians do all right. Yeah. El Salvadorians real low. Hondurans really low.
Argentinians got pretty high.
Argentinians doing good.
it's like the Mexican draft.
Yeah.
It's because all the Germans that moved over there. Is that
They made it great again, you know.
Oh, God.
Argentinians
Pure blood into that. They're like, hey, those guys can march. They know how to match uniforms so well.
Our love for our love for Cracker Barrel and the Argentinians.
Yeah. Why do Argentinians love Cracker Barrel so much? It's fucking weird.
I saw this one meme the other day where it's like this girl's like Argentinian or whatever. It's like, yeah, my grandpa spoke perfect German or whatever. It's like, who's gonna tell her?
Here, don't do a 23andMe. Yeah. Looks like 23rd Reich in me.
Yeah, 23rd Reich in me. That could be a shirt.
Not for me, man.
Not for me. I'm not gonna sell it.
Yeah.
Texas has
you get a different crowd, man. Yeah, North Texas, you can wear that shirt. South Texas.
North Idaho, you kill it.
Yeah, you're doing great. You get invited to the bunker after that. You ever been to Ruby Ridge?
What's Ruby Ridge?
You never heard of Ruby Ridge?
No, what's
that
Ruby
shit
Ridge?
that happened in North Idaho. It's just in like where in North Idaho? Like north of Coeur d'Alene. In the where?
Hayden Lake.
Was it in Hayden? No, it was like so. It was in the '80s and like it was like it was a lot like Waco. There was this family that was fucking like the feds were trying to take their compound and they shot the guy, shot his kids, shot his dog, all this shit. Yeah,
sounds like some fed shit.
Yeah.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah, no, it's also that. So yeah, Ruby Ridge, look it up. It's another one of the great times that our government has decided to.
Were they like a cult or were they?
No, it's just like a guy who didn't want to pay taxes and kind of was maybe a little militia-ish.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, that's the part we're missing here.
Yeah.
He's a little Argentine.
He wasn't actually like doing anything that crazy, you know. It's Idaho. What do you?
It's a lot of mountains up there.
Yeah, you can do what you want. Yeah, man, you just.
We can shoot guns. There's hills everywhere. So I don't have to do anything, dude.
Yeah, dude. When I was hanging out, I had a show in Newport. Which is funny, when you think of a town called Newport, you think like, oh yeah, it's really close to like the ocean or something. not inland, whatever.
Yeah, Florida what?
Yeah.
Florida, yeah, where's the port?
Yeah.
There's a river. Is there any boats here ever? No, but I went to Newport to where I drove for like 45 minutes to Idaho. And I only saw like one car that coming in the opposite direction the entire time. But man, there's like nobody in this part of town.
Oh yeah, that area is ghostly, but
very ghostly. Yeah, no, it's nuts. But yeah, no, Ruby Ridge. I look at it. It sounds like a restaurant. Ruby Tuesdays. It's like a racy.
Not a good restaurant. Yeah, kids don't eat for free unless you're feeding them bullets.
You're feeding them bullets. Yeah.
Then it's all you can eat buffet.
Get your whole family free eat for free.
It's a school lunch. It's a school lunch.
Yeah.
We need to have a disclaimer for this episode. That's great. Oh man, so how's Texas been? Other than the freedom of jokes, because I remember you hit me up like he went to a show in San Antonio when I was in Dallas with a Fireside in Norwest.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh, you want to do a show the next day? I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I should probably just hang out here, like whatever.
Yeah, I love it.
Should have done the show, bro. Part of the show.
If you were in Dallas, it was in Denton. 45 minutes.
Oh, it was only 45 minutes?
I would have done it.
Yeah. It was. The show wasn't in San Antonio where I live. It was up in Denton. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I thought I misinterpreted. I thought it was in San Antonio. It was like,
that's a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was there. Like that's why. Should I drive 5 hours?
Oh,
and make $75?
Yeah, no.
Like,
I wouldn't have done that.
At least we're even offering.
Dude, come on, you know you want to.
You know you need that 75 real bad.
But hey, that would cover more than gas in Texas. We're at like $2.50 a gallon, so.
Oh yeah.
You make it there and back. But Texas is great, man. I fucking love it. People are great. Weather's good. It's still goddamn 90 degrees there right now. Lovely.
You're wearing like a hoodie all year round?
No, I wear shorts and t-shirt all year round.
T-shirts.
This is the first time I put on a hoodie in probably 16 months.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah, what I love about there is HEB.
The HEB is great.
Great store.
It's I call it the heave, which apparently no one else does. Apparently, So I the heave. People like go, what?
It's not that popular.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
They're popular. You go to the Hebrew. Not very popular down there.
They're not,
I don't know where you are, boy.
a lot of conservatives down there. They support Israel. It's an acronym for something. I don't fucking know. I just call it the heave. And then I find myself saying that in public too often. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the heave. People are like, what? I'm like, oh, sorry, that's not. I don't. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no one in Texas makes acronyms for anything.
No, they don't. They can't spell. They don't know what words, what letters, words start with you. You don't understand.
Like Lugerville, like that part down. That sounds like PF everything. It's like, listen, no, I spelled it right. It's like, are you sure?
Yeah. Well, San Antonio's in Bexar County. It's spelled Bexar, and I'm like, I think you spelled the county wrong. They're like, yeah. When I moved, I'm like Bexar County. They're like, no, it's pronounced Bear. I'm like, no, it's not. You are 100% wrong. You have been for a long time.
Did a Polish person discover this cavity? What do you mean? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's a big Polish gay guy. That's what it is. Like, you want to watch a Pear movie? Like, you mean Pixar? Like, no, Pear.
Yeah, Pear. You know.
Nah, that's good. So yeah, let's go into a thing. Let's fuck it. You know, let's go to the theme of things. If you could uncancel one person.
Oh jeez.
This could be fun. Because some of the answers I had R. Kelly because I like his music. I'm just saying get rid of their sins completely. Greg had the weirdest one, the ShamWow guy. That's the guy he chose, the ShamWow guy.
What happened? Was he the crackhead guy? That's the My Pillow guy.
No, he's the guy that got into it with like a prostitute. I'm sorry, a sex worker. I didn't mean to offend him. Sex worker had like bit her tongue off, bit her nose off.
What? Wait, hold on. He did what? He bit her nose off?
No, she bit him.
Also,
bit his tongue. Then he bit her back.
Hey, props to Greg for getting her pronouns right.
Hold on.
Sex worker.
Hold on. How did he get canceled when he got attacked?
Exactly, but it's just like
yeah, I didn't think
retaliation.
I don't think that's fair. That's a fair fight, man. You come at me and you bite my tongue.
I bit your nose off.
Yeah, I'm coming back at you. That's.
We wiped up the blood for ShamWow perfectly, like I said.
It's the best ad for it.
It's the best ad for it.
Actually, yeah, this is just guerrilla marketing right now. I think this is genius. I mean, hey, we're talking about him, so clearly it worked.
Yeah, only Greg talks about him. No one else has ever brought up his name.
I had no idea.
I didn't know his name.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. He could probably apply for a job and feel like, oh yeah, and then they see his face. Oh yeah, ShamWow guy. Yeah, my name's Steve. Like, yeah.
So if we could uncancel a guy, I don't know, maybe like Saddam Hussein.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that guy got a raw deal.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the guy got the key to the city in Detroit in the 80s. Like,
wait, he did?
Yeah, look it up. He was like,
Detroit. Greg needs to look this up real quick.
He was like, he was one of our favorite guys, and then all of a sudden we're like, we need your oil, Saddam. We're gonna have to. Turns out we don't like you anymore.
Okay, how did he get the key to the city of Detroit? What did he do?
What do you probably just break in like anyone else? It's Detroit.
He donated $80 to the charity, like some charity, like
$80.
$80.
That's all it takes. That's like a 2 houses in Detroit.
That's more than that. You don't need a down payment for a lot of houses. You just have to put $2,000 worth of work in a year, and they'll let you own the house. Like,
$80, and he got a key to the city. That's crazy.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, it's on the internet.
My favorite story about Detroit is a couple years ago that like the outskirts of Detroit was getting so dilapidated and run down.
Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't $85. It was $250,000 to the church, and was given the key to the city. So it was just a donation, and he got
still got a key to the city.
What church was it? Church.
I'm gonna guess a Baptist church.
Latter-day Saints.
No, as rated in revival architecture.
Israelis.
That sounds like a shell company.
A Syrian revival architect. So like basically his people that just live in Detroit. He helped them out. They're like, yeah, give him the key.
Hey, there you go.
They passed out cookies.
Gave him the key to the city.
Was this in the 80s or something?
I don't know.
79.
79.
Oh, 79. This was before Isaiah Thomas set up Bad Boys. He was the original Bad Boy in Detroit.
Yeah, he could box out. Saddam could box out.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein uncanced him, so.
Not an answer I was expecting.
I mean, I think
from a
he
Texan.
was murdered though.
He was unjustly murdered, in my opinion. I think listen, the American swords in there. He's just hanging out in his spider hole in the ground, just fucking not bothering anyone. And they pull him out and hang the guy. Like,
I think the 96 Iraqi Olympic soccer team would disagree with you when they lost.
Yeah,
they got executed the whole team.
Yeah,
executed the whole team? That's crazy. He released all of them at one time.
It's like, nah,
hey, listen, even as a Mexican, I think we should execute more soccer players. It's fucking annoying. It's terrible. You're gonna run around for 90 minutes for a tie, 0-0. Get the fuck out of here. And why is there time counting up? It counts up instead of counting down.
And then there's extra stoppage time, whatever. Like, what's that?
Yeah, it's like just count down and then have some extra time. What is
it's like the best of the games they've played against each other through the season with their scores. Like, I don't understand.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. They score it in the metric system or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's like they got 2 stones.
One scores were 10 basketball points.
Yeah, I'm like, it makes no sense to me. So,
He executed the entire team in '96.
yeah.
So okay.
Yeah. I don't know what
You might have overlooked that part.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Also, that might be propaganda.
Yeah, that's more reason I'm canceling.
America's about back then.
Yeah. All I know is that Afghanistan attacked us, so it makes perfect sense to go kill.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Afghanistan attacked us, even though like 6 of the people were Saudi nationals. And,
For sure.
Anyway.
This would be a good podcast.
But this
How crazy you want to get right now? Because I'll get crazy.
Do you remember like at the beginning of that shit, like 2003 when we were going to Iraq? The first thing was like, yo, we gotta get these weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
We gotta get it. And they had like a whole name for the operation.
Yeah.
And they didn't find shit, so they changed the name of the war in the middle of the war. Like at the beginning, like, no, it's Operation Iraqi Freedom now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Just switched. I remember that. Like, oh, they changed the name of the war. That's awesome.
Yeah, because
Microsoft.
Because they knew there were no weapons of mass destruction going in. There's actually like internal emails that have been released where they talk about how they want the oil. Like literally, they're there for the oil. And my cousin was
stupid enough to log this conversation.
What's that?
It's stupid enough to log this conversation.
Yeah.
Put it right.
Internal emails. My cousin also was a Marine in the LRV. Yeah, he's the Rock. Now, he did 2 tours of Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan. He was in the LRV units. He was a scout when they like stormed Fallujah, like first boots on the ground.
Okay.
But he said the craziest shit was in Afghanistan, because Afghanistan is like 80% of the poppy production in the world, right? So heroin.
I think say poppy like you're just using another abbreviation.
Yeah. Poppy.
I bet you the poppy's gonna catch up with the heaves, all right? They're gonna
Poppies and the heaves. And then, so they had to like guard the poppy fields from the terrorists, from whatever. And then he said one day all these unmarked vehicles, unmarked like soldiers came, and like just to collect all the poppy plants, and they asked their superior officer, like, who are these people? He goes, it's above our pay grade, we just know they're taking it. And then after that, even though Afghanistan was 80% of the poppy production in the world, distribution of heroin went up like 120%. And you're like, this is all of the poppy in the world. This is 80% of it, but yet somehow distribution went up 120%. It's like, hey, thanks CIA.
You gotta remember that it was also the drug company. That's when Oxycontin first started coming out, and then they started pushing it to everybody. They had all this cheap ass opium that they could use. So flooded the streets.
I do love how there's a stat. It's like, sales went up 120%. Like there's a meeting.
Well,
sales up a lot this year.
It's the same way the CIA funded the crack epidemic in the 80s through Rick Ross and all that shit.
Yeah, the real Rick Ross.
The real Rick
Not the one that got beat up at a Drake concert and they called the cops about it.
Did you see that concert he tried to put on? There were like 9 people there.
No.
Yeah. He did some concert in Florida, and they were like an 18
Rick Ross.
people. Yeah.
Rick Ross is like
the 50 cent bottle of tickets at the fucking one.
He's still doing that petty shit to Ja Rule, which I love. I gotta say, I respect that.
I'm about that too.
I love it. The funny thing about Rick, like 50% of Rick Ross had this beef going on for a while about who's richer. And Rick Ross owns like a lot of wing stops, so that's what he makes most of his money outside of that.
He's wing money.
Wing money.
You put that bread out when you can, bro. That's
and the thing is, like, 50 Cent got a podcast, like, there's no way Rick Ross is rich. Like, he performs at a club, and you perform at a club. You know how much you get paid at a club. You can't afford to have a house, the most expensive house in Georgia. Like, so you know when you get paid at the club. Like, he's not performing in arenas. Like, he's losing money from this house for sure. And it's like, how you know he's broke? He mows his own grass. What rich guy mows his own grass? That's what he said. He said that.
He's not gonna test his own pool chemicals.
You know how he's broke? He does chores. That's all it is.
You know he's broke because pool's on Swimly, right? Like he rents it out. People come over and swim in there.
He does rent out as like a house for like music video stuff. But that's kind of funny. Like you doing chores means you're broke. Like T-Pain's very first songs are literally about doing chores for pussy.
Hey,
it's like, hey, can I get some kisses? If I did some dishes,
that's what bro dudes do.
Kisses with dishes. I like that rhyme.
Yeah.
That's what.
That song is about being a stay-at-home dad. Yeah. That's all it is.
If I did fucking dishes, give me some of those kisses.
We're doing laundry, and he's going to do the whole, I don't know. I try to make a joke out of it. What if like T-Pain just get lazier? He's like, hey, turn on a Roomba. Let me see a titty. You know?
Well, you don't even rhyme with Roomba, man. It's fucking bullshit. You gotta at least rhyme it.
Like auto-tune titty.
All right, now check on the Roomba. See that punta? I don't know, man.
There we go, see?
Come on.
Which one did Roomba? Come over here, Punta.
Yeah, it's something. You can't just
try.
You get lazy with your shit. What are we gonna lay on our sides and fuck like some old people? Man?
You know T-Pain was on the side. I've seen that guy's body.
He's a lazy singer with auto-tune. He fucks on the sides.
She does a lot of stuff. He did the work.
Oh man, I think T-Pain probably watched it like one of his fans who just started singing. It was like, I still got it. But no, I heard I see this one video clip with T-Pain and dancing his ass off. I'm like, I was not expecting this.
Yeah. I think he can actually sing though. Like I've heard him sing without the auto-tune. He's actually legit.
Pretty funny. He seems like a nice guy. I don't have a problem with T-Pain.
I'm still gonna make fun of him, but I think
this motherfucker does chores fucking man.
What a fuck ass
I'm supposed to play your album now. You doing dishes, son? Yeah, right. Mowing your grass like Rick Ross. Man.
Oh man, no, you're a hip hop head. You actually once talked to me this right before COVID. We're like, hey dude, like, I think you messaged me one time like, hey dude, you, me, and Tony, we were all about the Master P shit.
Oh yeah.
They were like, hey, dude, hey, Master P, the old shows before we were like Arkansas, is that I can put a string of shows to make it there and do whatever. Like, you know, it'd be kind of cool. Then COVID happened and we just never talked about it again. Also, the thing with Master P, like, I like his music, but I know he's gonna be a terrible live performer. I just know.
I'm sure. I would still go. You know,
Yeah.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't even like live music. I'm weird. Like I love music, but I do not like live music. I'm not into concerts at all. I'm like, how long can I fist bump before I just want to go home? You know, like I fucking.
I heard the 3 songs I really like anyway.
Yeah. Like I don't need your deep cuts, man. You know. So, but I would go see Master P for the story.
The story.
You know,
what's the story gonna be?
The story is I saw Master P and people be like, who? And then I'd tell them who Master P is.
There's a lot of fans.
This guy tried out for the Hornets, all right?
He made it a preseason like team whatever, so he did something.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's like one of the richest rappers still to this day.
Yeah. Well, he did owe money to his son, and his son just called out and said we're broke or whatever.
Oh really?
That was a weird thing.
Like $1 million or some shit.
Well, he's hiding it somewhere.
Maybe he's hiding. I think he's hiding it because like here's a funny thing. Like when his wife divorced him, he put everything in his son. He think he's good just hiding his money. He got sued so many times for so many people. Like when 50 Cent went bankrupt, it's just the way like, oh, I don't have this money.
Right, you just
but really has
protect your assets.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, like when Trump went bankrupt, he still had something, but also
smart rich people go bankrupt all the time. It's like, use the loophole, man. It's there for a reason.
Trying to close it down.
Trying to close that shit down. Yeah.
Turn Iraqi war shit again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's crazy. So 250,000 gives you the key to Detroit.
It did in '79, man.
Like it's 79.
What's that? It's probably less now then. Inflation is gone. It's deflation in Detroit.
Just move here, please. Man. Speaking of Tony, man, Rich Homie Quan died.
I saw that.
Rich Homie Quan, yeah, he died. He had some songs that I liked of his.
Yeah, one of his songs like that, like Type of Way, dog.
Yeah.
They were like just rapping that shit with Tony all the time, man. Just bumping that lap.
Yeah.
Good shit. Again, I don't know how many times Tony and I just sat up all night with him. He's like, just wants to show me every music video. He's like, what about this one? I'm like, yeah, dude, we're the same age. I I heard this song too the same time you did, probably.
Dude, YouTube is great for that stuff. Like, you know, whenever I have like a get together, just straight at my friend's house, someone just be the DJ and YouTube, like, oh, I've never seen this music video.
Yeah.
Like, this is Drake music video for Hold On, We're Going Home. You know that song? Like,
I do not know any Drake songs.
You know, okay, it's a really pussy song.
I could just say
even for Drake's standards, this is the softest song that he has.
Oh God.
I'm just like, it's like hold on, we're coming home. It's like, I got my eyes on you. It's like kind of happy, whatever, soon, whatever. And the video does not match the song at all. I remember just watching with my friends. I was like, I've never seen this video before. Let me watch this. So what happens is he's at a club with A$AP Rocky. It's like the 80s setting, and someone comes in with a long phone because they didn't have cell phones back then.
Yeah.
They give him a long phone. It's the longest wire you ever seen in your entire life. And Drake answers the phone, and the club's like, what? So then his whole entourage goes to his mansion, gets a bunch of guns, and then rescues her from this other mafia thing. And it does not match anything but this song. It's the funniest fucking thing I've seen in my life.
I hate that, man.
I'm like, no, I think every music video needs to be like that. Could you imagine?
I guess. Remember Nelly? Like that Riley thing?
Yeah.
Don't think Riley. Yeah, I used to love to smoke weed in high school, just driving at night. Yeah. And I saw the video, and I'm like, this match is nothing. This song, there's not even a band in this fucking the whole video. This is not having a band in the back of a truck.
He's just riding a horse. Oh, this song's about horse riding.
Yeah.
There's a country song before the country song.
Yeah, so bad. Hated that video.
Yeah, no, that's what it should be. If nothing but a G thing should be like them reading in the library. For some kids.
Graduating in college.
No, but a G stands for graduation.
That should have been the message.
Yeah, it turns out.
Remember that who's that dude? Quan, that everybody in the club get tipsy.
Jay Quan.
Yes, Jay Quan.
Remember that dude?
Yeah.
You ever see that video?
Yeah.
And it's like just a house party. Like,
yeah.
This isn't even a club now.
Everybody in the clubhouse gets hit.
It's like, this is just your mom's house. You're 17.
I'm surprised they still make music videos. Who's that for anymore?
I just YouTube, I guess. I mean, I've never seen a music video on MTV ever. You know what plays on MTV? The Wayans Brothers. Found out about Wayans Brothers, Jimmy Spark show.
That's actually great. I want to watch. I now want to watch it. I was somewhere. I don't know where. Some shitty hotel and a while back, and it just had the day. I turned on TV and it was the Wayans Brothers show, and I'm like, well, I'm fucking watching this now. I'm not going anywhere.
So we're gonna walk around this shitty ass Belfair.
Yeah,
I've already seen it.
Yeah, come on.
It sucks.
Yeah, no, they have the Wayans Brothers. It's great. Like they set the program director's like, you know what? We don't have to play ridiculousness today. You know, we'll put on some old black shows.
They just bought the rights up from WB. It's like $20 on the fucking.
Yeah, I thought that ridiculous show was just reruns from like 20 years ago. No, they're still making new episodes of that show.
I didn't know that, really.
It's still a new show.
That's crazy. I think that shows like a lazier Tosh Point out because Tosh Point will he'll actually write jokes. He'll actually do he'll do something about what they did. But Rob was like, we're gonna call this segment Fall Down the Stairs. Oh, she fell down the stairs.
Oh, shit.
And it's all just
these play right. What happened? Yo, she definitely fell down those stairs. She
it's like it's the same episode every time.
She might have broke her arm.
And it's just play by play, but with no good commentary.
Yeah, it's just like. It's a terrible show.
I've never seen an episode of Ridiculousness. Not one.
I've turned it on late at night, like on it. When I'm in a hotel and you turn it on, I'm like, it's exactly what we just described. And I'm like, I don't need to. You've seen 2 minutes of it. You've seen every episode.
Yeah, the thing I used to like to watch on MTV back in the day when music was almost kind of a thing. I loved watching the Wild Boys.
The Jackass.
The Jackass guys.
Yeah.
They went to like Russia to like a train for the KGB. It was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Because like Chris Pontius, whatever, the party boy, just like he's just jogging, and some guy just kicks the shit out of him. He flies from like 6 feet, like holy shit. And the guys are like, they just laugh it off because that's just their whole character. Their whole character just get hurt. You know? And it's like they just kick the shit out of him. He's like, oh, just let him go there. Boom, just knocks him out. Like that's assault. Like the fuck, dude.
They were like the original Machine. Bert Kreischer got a story from them.
Yeah, and he lived, Bert Kreischer. Yeah,
they were going to bring up Bert Kreischer on this podcast. I thought we had a deal.
What was our deal?
Never bring up Kreischer.
The Machine. Do you like the Machine?
Nah, man, I met him once in Spokane. He's kind of a dick in real life.
Oh, was he?
I will say this: his comedy is not for me.
Or for anyone really.
Well, apparently it's for that tour is for a lot of people, but man, it is not. It's not.
That tour so stacked though.
That's true. Exactly.
I do like how he like ate shit at the Tom Brady roast. He's like, do you think maybe we would have done better if we didn't like put it here or like whatever he's like talking about that place which I'm like, no, you didn't have any roast jokes. You did a weird presentation.
I would have never assumed him to be a good. He's too nice.
Yeah, he's nice,
and he also like, I don't know, man. This is gonna sound fucking maybe petty because I'm in a kitchen in Tacoma, Washington, and
first off, you're Auburn and you're like in a dining area.
Yeah, all right, well, whatever. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dining nook. You're fucking. Like, I don't think I've never heard a joke that he said where I'm like, oh, that's a joke he wrote. It's just like weird stories that he laughs at, then other people laugh at it. I'm like, I don't know where the punchline is. Like if you read it, I'm like, I don't know where the funny part is if you like read it as a transcript.
I think it'd be like a funny guy to hang out with, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
stories,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like not like a comedian with like set up punchline.
Yeah, like if you're drunk at a bar and he's telling you stories like, oh, that's wild, man, you know. But yeah, as far as like, yeah, if you read it as a transcript, you'd be like, where? I don't know where. Like this is just weird.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, oh, the machine stories guy, it went viral. Like, oh, this is so funny. It's like, all right, what else you got? You know, not to be a hater or whatever, but that's what it is.
I mean, good for him. It's not for me. I'm not a like storyteller comic person. That's not really make
Yeah, he just likes fucking punchlines, dude. Who's
Yeah.
your favorite comic?
How dare you? Who's your
My
favorite?
favorite comic all time, Norm.
Norm? I love Norm.
Norm Macdonald.
Norm's
Hands
great.
down.
Great OJ jokes. I used to watch it on Comedy Central all the time.
The what?
On Comedy Central, like, you know, the
SNL.
reruns SNL.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's how I just kind of wrote, like, oh, this current event stuff. Oh, this is fun. It's easy.
But every time, my favorite Norm moment was when he was hosting the ESPYs and Woodson had won the Heisman. And he's like, hey, you know, he goes, you won the Heisman, congratulations, something, you know, accomplishment that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you murder your wife and a waiter, then, you know. and he's like, well, and then cut to the crowd, and you see, like Griffey's in the crowd, and he's like, holy shit. like just like, he literally shook it off, and he goes, like, oh, you just said that. I'm like, yeah, dude, you can't put Norm on live TV. He's gonna fuck it up. He's gonna do what the fuck he wants to do.
Norm's great. What you told me a Norm joke like one time?
A Norm joke one time?
This one time, it just he said like he quoted something recently. We were hanging out. I forget what it was. Like something like that was the worst thing. It was.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Cosby. He's arguing about Cosby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, the worst part is the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah.
I think the worst part was the rape. And after that was the drugging, and after that like the scheming, you know. Like hypocrisy is like number 9.
Yeah.
Like no, hypocrisy. Yeah.
That guy, when he was on Weekend Update, he was like one of the first jokes I still remember is like, it I think hit me as like, oh, that's like how you structure a joke, right? And it was top 10 worst jobs in America just came in. Listen, top 10 worst jobs in America. Number 2 worst job in America, crack whore. Number 1 worst job in America, assistant crack whore. I was just like, man, it's like so simple but so funny, you know? Like. Yeah, he is great. He is the go for me. I love him, and he did what he wanted, and he fucked it. He didn't give a shit. He just wanted to entertain himself more than anyone else too.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
And I love seeing him with Conan too. Conan laughed the hardest whenever he was like,
well, Conan is the goat when it comes to late night hosts because he knew how to be the straight man and let a comic run. You know, he'll be the straight man, and he'll just like to let you go.
beat you.
Yeah, Conan's also the best. Man, we're just talking about our favorite shit here. That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
I also like strawberry cheesecake ice cream.
Yeah, we went from the Middle East to like good comedy stuff. We're all over the place. It's great. Hey, it's like, dude,
It's a conspiracy. You got rats full of shit.
Also, Norm's pretty funny. I think the Iraqi war killed Norm. It's an inside job.
Yeah, no. Do you have like a rap lyric that you think is like ridiculous that we like make fun of?
Oh, there's this one floating around, and I just saw it. I'm thinking of this because I saw it on like a reel. But this guy, who was it? You've probably seen it. But this guy's talking about how when Miley Cyrus was underage, and he's talking about like trying to get with Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck is that?
So every girl in the world, one of the guys from like something like holler at Miley Cyrus. It's like one of the Young Money guys.
Was it? Okay, yeah. And I'm just like, what?
It kind of went over. It kind of went over everyone's heads. I could really just dance into it, like, oh yeah.
There's another one. The one I thought was funny, and like I love Snoop Dogg. Being from Long Beach, I love Snoop Dogg. He's in his first album, Doggy Style. He's like something. I'm raising up off the cock, and you're like I always thought like what, and then my buddy's like. For a long time, he's like, no, he says I'm raising him off the cot. And I'm like, no, he does not. He does not say cot. He's not fucking...
I'm glad you brought this up. Go ahead.
He's raised him off the cock. You can even look it up on like lyrics.com and shit and find it. And I'm like, I think it's just like, it rhymes and it's slang for like that general area. I don't know.
No, man, I swear to God. And I thought that, because I'm like way more of a East Coast rap type.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Wu-Tang and shit like that. I'm always talking shit about the West Coast, and I'm over here just arguing like, nah, it's trash, or like, but I like a lot of West Coast. But they do have a slang. A lot of rappers say that.
Yeah.
Like Mac Dre, Forte.
Yeah, yeah.
all
I
kinds
was
of
like,
folks.
yeah,
They
you
say,
hear it.
they
You know,
say
it.
I'm up in the cock. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like a phrase, like a slang term for vagina was cock. I'm like that makes no sense.
I don't think it lasted long.
It didn't.
I think people might think we're gay.
Nah.
You know?
It's like, no man, that's what it is. Like it's like the cock pit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you gotta say that, dude. You can't just say the cock.
More like Rapid 4K.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, that shit used to always bother me though. Like,
Yeah,
That was-
there's a window where you hear it from a couple West Coast rappers. It was like a weird slang in the West Coast for a while.
The rest of it,
E40,
like,
like I heard it a couple times.
yeah, because usually California kind of sets the trends for the rest of the West Coast, but like, nah, we're not gonna do that. No, we're not gonna use cock as a
Yeah,
slang for vagina.
Everyone's giving a side eye everywhere.
Yeah.
Performance cock, we're like, yo, pause, what?
But the thing is, like, even when going East Coast, Biggie says like, you look so good, I was sucking your daddy's.
That's a Richard Pryor.
I know it's a Richard Pryor joke, yes, but also, I've
That
never
was
really
like,
gone
it's like
that
everyone was saying, no one said that. Wasn't like something all rappers said.
far. Yeah.
No man, she's so fine. You know, you already know I blow her dad, son. That wasn't something that everybody said.
Dude, I bought a Hallmark card that said that for somebody.
Yeah. Record scratch. Wait, what'd you say? Oh, run it back.
Run it back.
I don't think I heard you.
You're wondering how I got here. No, what song is that though? Is that Gin and Juice or is that
No.
or is that
the ball. Yeah. You know, just, and I'll be rolling down the street smoking it. Yeah, it's
yeah,
Gin and Juice.
yeah, Gin and Juice. There's another part of the song. It's like Wing the Rubber. I was like, what? Wing the Rubber's like, for what? We don't love them hoes. It's like calling Dre to bring the Rubbers. Like he's like, what for what?
Yeah.
We don't love them hoes.
Yeah.
It's the same song. Like, all right, okay.
Herpes though. Like,
Man. The 90s. It didn't matter.
Yeah, Sue has a
Yeah, cocaine was good for you. AIDS was only for gay people back then. You're fine. You
yeah,
know?
and cocks were women at that
Yeah, it
point.
was a weird time. Now
Yeah.
cocks are women again.
Funny here.
Turns out it's fucking right back. Snoop Dogg was right. Turns out Snoop Dogg was right.
He's the head of the curve.
Head of curve,
Yeah,
yeah.
curvy pants.
Yeah, that slang came back.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeez, dude.
That's wild. But yeah, no, I play a song probably hundreds of times. I never, no, I want to pay.
Yeah.
And so that we don't love the hoes at the rubbers, but that's the part that gets me.
That's what.
Then everything else, like, oh, that's fine. This song's not going to get any gayer.
Gayer than that.
Is that the lyric? I thought it was like, but close the door. But for what? We don't love them hoes.
No, something like somebody asking for rubbers, like, for what? We don't love them hoes.
Shit, now we
Feel
gotta
was.
An interlude or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
talk amongst yourselves. I can't do two things.
Okay, looking up your stuff. Yeah, no, that's good. But yeah, man. So you go all over, up and down. From here in Texas, you book a lot of shows out here. That's going well. Your shirt 007.
Yeah. Staying busy, man. I can't complain.
That's good, man. I'm glad you do it full time.
What's up with this comic, man?
Huh?
What's
Yeah,
that?
you-
Oh yeah, the comic book. Got a comic book Kickstarter go. When does this come out?
I know.
3, 4 weeks.
3-4 weeks. Kickstarter will be over. But you can still buy it on my website. Yeah.
You know, I can probably upload this Tuesday just so I give it its hardback,
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that. We can push things.
All right. Yeah. Maybe.
Push
maybe.
the guy.
You
It's like,
know,
why
a guy
is
knows
13
a
playing
guy.
like before episode? Nah, this is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comic book Kickstarter goes live 9/16, runs through 10/16. It's a comic book I wrote a while back. I love comic
Is that a
books.
Mexican superhero?
He's Latino. Yes, he is Latino. He's not a superhero. There's no real superpowers. It's grounded in reality.
Okay.
So,
What's a superpower?
yes, superpower is getting across
Borders.
evading arrest, having 2 DUIs, but still getting a job.
So it's an autobiography? That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's loosely based on my life.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It's like Ocho Mile.
So yeah, I love comic books. I've written a million over the years. I finally wanted to do one, and I wrote this one at the start of the pandemic, and finally was like, I'm gonna do this and hire an artist, put the whole thing together. And yeah, it's great. It turned out really good. It's the first issue is for the Kickstarter, and we're gonna do a 10-issue series. It's gonna be 10 issues total, and all in all.
Do you make shoes too?
What's that?
You make 10 issues?
10-issue series. Yep. And then we'll.
What are you gonna call them?
They're all Kill Stand. Kill Stand number 1 through 10.
No stand. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be
Kill-
the shoes.
Kill
too,
Stand
Kill
is
Stand
the-
ones.
Yeah.
Through the 10s.
So
Okay,
that's
so
the whole story.
Like Jordans. That's awesome, man. So,
The air
my boy
hoarders.
Thomas Nichols, he's also a comic.
Yeah, I know.
book
I talked to Thomas a lot.
Yeah, so did he hook you up with that? Because I want to do like a couple like just short story comics myself. Because I have like just ideas for shit
Yeah.
that wouldn't work as like any kind of movie or anything. But they'd be a pretty fun little comic.
Is your comic book about a repairman by any chance? You guys are all about your life stories or something?
Yeah.
Funny enough, yeah.
No, I've been wanting to do a comic book forever. I've tried to a bunch of times over the years and just never really worked out. Just because, for whatever reason. And finally, and I've known Thomas for a while. We've I've had him on my podcast talking about his comic book and stuff. But then finally, I just wanted to. I'm gonna like find a legit artist, pay them their page rate, and like do this legit. I mean, I invested a couple grand into this thing to make it happen. And yeah, so it turned out really good. I mean, actually, I had a deal with a publishing company. I ended up walking away from it because they had a couple things they wanted to change that I wouldn't really budge on. So on artistic integrity and shit like that or whatever.
It's like, but she's 8 years old. It's like,
It's make for me.
she's not a real person.
Yeah. Not like she's 7.
She's old enough to read.
Yeah. No, they wanted to change the title, and then there were a couple things in interior wise, and the artist they had a specific artist they wanted me to work with, it's like a guy's named Ron Friends. He's like drawn Thor, Spider-Man, Captain America, Superman. He's like drawn real shit. But I don't like his art. Like it's not what I wanted for this book. But he was their house artist at the time. So I'm like,
house artist. I didn't know that was a thing. Like,
yeah. He's
really
like,
prefer to use our guy.
well, yeah. They want it because it gets their guy work too, keeps him busy because he's if they gotta keep their house artist working,
Right.
So I'm like, I don't want that guy on this book. It's just not what I want a darker noir, like grittier feel. And so yeah, I just
Nice.
I'll have to take it out on my own and do it myself.
You a big comic guy then, since you wanted to. Alright, what's your favorite series?
I'm gonna name stuff you probably never heard of, but like Wildcats version 3.0.
Okay.
So a series by Joe Casey that came out in the early
I know
2000s.
Wildcats are. That's more of the Image Comics, right?
Yeah. So it's early, but he did like a third volume that like it's not like that at all. He like totally it's just name only, and it's this wild like political what's what I'm looking for. Business espionage, like corporate espionage thing. It's crazy. But I like stuff that there's no superheroes, like Why the Last Man or fucking.
You ever heard of Desolation Jones? You ever read that?
No, I've never heard of that.
Alright, this is a dude, he's like in the CIA. He's like, whatever, they're like retiring him out, but they ask him if he wants to be part of this program.
Yeah.
And like they just keep him chemically awake for a year.
Okay.
And he's like a great detective, man, but after like being awake for a year, he's kind of like crazy and
Sure.
always hallucinating, kind of a weird dude, doesn't really feel pain anymore.
Then cocaine. I guess.
And it's just him like he does all kinds of drugs. He never sleeps, real afraid of needles, but it's pretty graphic. They're like looking for this. I'll have to look it up.
Who published it? I'll have to,
Desolation Jones, man.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, because I love all that shit. Cause, I mean, it's like I think comic books are such a killer medium because you can tell any story like with unlimited budget. Like you don't need like special effects budget, right? You just whatever you can imagine and your artist can draw. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever your house artist can draw.
Yeah. So.
Whatever your house artist.
Yeah, this house. Yeah.
You're telling me to do that 8-year-old girl scene?
Yeah, come on, that's
You can't do that justice with this? Come on, man.
Yeah. She's so voluptuous. She's 8. I envisioned her flatter.
Rainbow color, what is the deal?
Yeah.
He worked at Pixar before. I think she has an amazing ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Like, so it's like so it's like a story, but in a comic book form, which there's no superhero.
Yeah.
Does he have an antagonist, like a bad guy? What's his flaw?
Okay, so the pitch is, it was during COVID and like all the BLM shit was happening and riots and all this shit, and like just like a lot of conflict between police and citizens, right?
Okay.
This guy beat up like BLM.
No.
Hold
on, for his case,
it's implied. It's implied.
BLM. Welcome to Texas.
BLM for D stands for Beater Latino Mexican.
Yeah. But I was thinking about, I just saw this conflict between, and like, I grew up in LA in the 80s and like lived through the riots and shit like that. Like I remember all that in like the police violence and, whatever. It was not long after Tony passed. So I had like this idea, the phrase suicide by cop kept coming through my head with all these conflicts. So I thought up the idea, like, what about like suicide by vigilantism, right? The guy who wants to die and has nothing to live for, just total loser. So he's like, well, I'll just like go out and fuck around. I'll be killed in the first night. No big deal. Go with the thrill. Well, he ends up like surviving a little longer than he thought he would. Ends up in possession of something that this like local mob boss wants. And as it goes through, the local neighborhood starts to like revere him as a hero and think that he's doing this like altruistically, but he really is selfishly just wants to die. And it's that conflict of like, they all revere him, and he's like that internal battle of like feeling shitty about himself, and he's like, I'm just doing this because I'm a piece of shit and want to die, and now these people are like depending on me to live because I'm actually doing good in the neighborhood.
You see Phoenix Jones, that's how you do shit.
yeah.
As a vigilante.
You don't get stabbed like a bitch in Belltown. A bunch of fucking wavy twins hanging around Belltown. How do you get beat up there?
Oh man, that's crazy. That sounds like a good story and stuff. Like he was like, oh fuck, now people would, I guess I gotta live. It's like this ongoing thing. It starts at the really eternal battles with him himself.
Yeah, well, that's the idea. It's like, it's like
it's a mental health comic.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot, really. I mean, it's I say it's like, I say vigilante, but it's not really the stories about him and his internal battle and him, dealing with his own.
Yeah, he's like a realistic Batman.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
This is why. You ever see Super? You ever watch that movie with Rainn Wilson?
No.
He just like dresses up and beats people with a fucking
Wait, is Ellen DeGeneres Not Ellen DeGeneres, Ellen Page?
Ellen Page is in it.
I have seen that thing.
Kevin Bacon.
They have like a weird sex scene.
They do.
Yeah.
Like,
She raped him, dude. What a
dude. No, let me just put it on for a minute.
What a very progressive superhero is what you meant to say. That's what you meant to say. And we would love to have him on our show. That's what we're trying to say.
That out in boats or whatever.
No, we're going to leave that.
We have no posts.
We have no posts.
Good. I'll let it slide.
No, it's fine. I mean, I said no, it's fine. We'll wait this morning. Everyone's cool. Everyone's all right. I actually did one episode of a podcast where like I got like really drunk and we just talked about some really illegal shit I did, and like Josh, can we edit that out?
Yeah, we have to do
and
that.
can we please edit out? Like, are you sure? It's a lot of our podcast. So our guests, we listen like, we hung out for like an hour. We hung out for 2 hours. Why is a podcast only like
17,
55 minutes? Like, yeah, we'd have cut out the whole section there.
Yeah.
It's called statute of limitations.
We'll release the whole pod in 2025. Alright?
I remember like with G-Duff. You remember the rapper G-Duff?
Yeah.
He got out of jail. I was like, and then he just talked about how he just killed someone in '93 and just ran into I guess you're going back to jail. I was like, I just had to admit it.
He made me feel bad.
He made me feel bad. Like,
I just read an article 2 days ago where he was hanging out with Puff again. I'm like, oh, isn't that terrible? Like, you're back with Diddy, but this is not the time for that, dog.
Maybe he changed in jail. He wasn't like sucking.
He went to one P. Diddy party. He's like, by the way, I committed a murder.
Put me back in.
Please put me back in.
I thought you'd be done with this shit, man. It's been 20 years.
He was still getting fucked in the butt, dude, already?
Yeah.
Come on, dude, stop. That is enough. Sean. That's enough. I always knew P. Diddy was gay. His name was totally lined up for 2 guys. Sean John. That's stupid.
Good old Puffy.
He also called Puff Daddy, too. All the signs were there.
It was, flashy suits. He dressed like a gay guy from West Hollywood. He already had,
Oh, but Benjamin was a guy.
Not Benjamin.
Is this Benjamin was a
concept from the lot. So I'm like, this does remind my friend Bendo. They're like, nah, homie. Anyway, I'm talking. That's some street shit. Remember Fox trying to get off fucking Bad Boy?
Yeah.
That's why they did it so hard.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Puff, you know why? You don't get down like that, You just want to publish it. You remember that shit, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Rock Street campaign.
Who's that? There's some rapper in the lyrics.
Who's that?
I can't. I feel like Bad Boy in the '90s. I can't work the locks. Talking about some double entendre shit.
Yeah.
Some rapper.
There was I remember when 50 Cent would be beefing with the Locks. Like the Locks shit on 50 Cent all the time, most of the time. But when 50 said like, "I'm gonna buy you publishing," and then they just lost their shit. But like the next day they cried, and then that's all 50 Cent had to say. And like then you would the way they acted, you would think they lost the battle. Like 50 just no sold everything they said. And then the 2 minutes checkmate this song like. What Jadakiss did a 2.5 minute song with the game tried to do in 20 years. It was harsh. It was good. Like he just shit on 50's whole image, everything. But 50 says like, all right, well here's what we do. I would push Styles' albums back. That's what he said. Like one more word out of your mouth, I'll push Styles' shit back. Styles never dropped an album ever, and I'll buy you publishing. And that made him lose. So those 2 lines were more powerful than anything they ever said to 50.
Yeah.
So in my unpopular opinion, they beat 50 Cent beat the Locks just off those 2 lines right there.
It's that business power, man.
It's a business power, yeah. Because like even the next day they were crying and like on the radio or whatever, and they would just and then they're like, like we've been trying to get a poacher back for years, and like and Styles like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for him to just leave his building. I'm gonna drop the fucking refrigerator on him. That's what he said. That's like that's weirdly premeditated murder.
Yeah.
What is this? A fucking Acme cartoon?
Yeah, like
Wile E. Coyote. What
like Styles.
I missed it. Fuck. You go back.
$1,200. That's an expensive murder attempt.
It's like you could buy like multiple guns for that $3,000 fridge.
Yeah.
He's like. After the 3rd day, he's like, I'm just bringing like an office fridge, just a mini one, a mini fridge.
It's enough, man.
That's enough to do it.
Talk about velocity, man.
If you get high enough, you just need like a small rock. You know.
Yeah, we got like time left. That's whatever. Just beat him up. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, just pay someone. It's it's New York. There's a million street dudes that do that shit.
A million street dudes would have done that. Yeah.
You always rap that shit. I know someone will get you hit for a blunt or 2. Just
Yeah.
get on blunts, roll a couple blunts.
Yeah, it's that easy.
You did say that.
Get 50, man. You did.
Yes, just a blood or 2. It's like, yeah, man. I actually bought 2 new refrigerators from Costco the other day. That's what he'd be saying.
But hey, I don't need blunts, but I can give you a refrigerator if you kill 50 Cent.
Oh shit. We didn't do our other topic, like what's the meanest thing you've ever said to somebody?
Oh, here we go.
And the meanest thing someone said about you. Didn't mean someone said about you first. So you know.
Okay. I don't know if this is the meanest thing I ever said to someone, because I've fucking said some mean shit. But in a roast battle with Adam Lucky one time, I said that he looks like he flosses with spent plutonium. Which is like a little heady, but fucking so funny, I think. Like, I guess the shit they use in nuclear reactors and stuff like that. If anyone knows Adam Lucky, he's got
he has interesting teeth.
quite real on him.
Yeah, no, I had to joke about him when he did a roast battle. I was like, yeah, well, most people have a bright idea, they have a light bulb. But whenever he has a bright idea, he smokes with that light bulb. That's what it was. No, I did his roast battle show. I was a judgment. I was so tired. I was up for so I flew in from Seattle at 3:30 in the morning, and the shows I did at 11.
Yeah.
I was already tired. None of my jokes were hitting. Oh fuck, this is the worst. My friends like, hey, I didn't even roast battle. I didn't say anything. I'm like, because I had the worst performance I've had in my entire life. I'm not gonna be that. Like, hey, no, I don't do American Idol. Yeah, I don't watch it. So just
I got one official off the roast battle against Casey McClain. I want to know against him.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the meanest thing someone said about you?
No, man, I don't know. Good question. Somebody called me middle-aged a while back. That was rough because I don't want to live another 40 years. That's pretty fucking mean. You want me to live another 40 years? You got your goddamn mind?
So I'll take myself out to 72, man. 32, I think that's the perfect.
I was telling someone last night. I was telling Doris last night. I'm like, I go 6 years old. I'm just gonna start doing all the drugs again, hard drugs all the time, and unprotected sex with fucking wild prostitutes in Haiti. I don't care. And,
sex workers.
Yeah, sex.
Come on, dude.
Get the pronouns right.
Be considerate, Deece.
Get the honans right, dude.
It's Haiti. They're not real people. Who cares? Jesus Christ.
We did an interview with people that aren't in town to just say the most Ottawa shit.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein, Brian, what's it?
Yeah, what do I do? I'm telling you, I don't.
How did he benefit you? Why did you want to uncancel?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Who are you know?
Unjustly murdered.
Yeah, what do you do? I don't care. Fuck you, feel whatever.
He killed his whole soccer. I forgot he killed his whole soccer team, allegedly.
Yeah.
But also, it's kind of weird that they lose a game, they all just die. Like, who has the power to do that?
Oh shit! Sorry. Oh man.
What's that? Your
My alarm.
It's supposed to go on at 4:20. Oh, I get it. It's supposed to go on at 4:20, like right now.
Is that
Okay. You have an alarm at 4:20 every day?
What's it?
Is that a 4:20 alarm?
I joke, man. I was looking something up, and then Instagram popped up. Just a
Okay.
story. I was trying to play it up.
That's really smooth as fuck. But yeah, middle age.
Yeah, I don't know. If someone's probably
Yeah,
saying something way
40.
worse. I'm 40. I'll be 42 in like a week or two. I don't know.
Shut up, buddy. When's your birthday, man?
It's same day as Steve's.
Okay, yeah, mine's September 23rd, so yours is...
October 4th.
Okay, so yeah, I turned...
Actually, mine was last week.
Next Monday I turned 42.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's 42.
Yeah, I turned 39
I don't feel it
last
though.
week.
I mean, I'm young at heart, though.
Yeah, I feel
I
alright.
still say that. Like, I'm always talking about I'm going to do, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 more years of probably do testosterone, all that bullshit, just to stay young, but then I'm still going to, like, just off myself at
Yeah,
72.
call it. I feel like it's a good age, you know?
Yeah, it's a perfect age.
Good ride.
And that's why I don't recycle, bro. Because
Yeah.
I'm saving
It
at least
doesn't matter.
20 years of consumption by just getting out at
Well,
72.
And we're like, I feel like we're not making it to like the cyborg bodies. We're gonna just miss it.
Of course
We're
not.
gonna fucking like that.
Just
Like
miss it.
a couple weeks after I died, it's like we figured it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. How long are you still doing squats?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I feel probably better than I ever have in my life though, because I mean I haven't had a drink in 5 years. I'm gonna
Good.
die.
What's the reason why I stopped drinking?
I just wanted to quit drinking. So what happened was
Saved a lot of money.
I was like on the road a lot, and I was just
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with traveling and the drinking, you know. And like I was coming back from, I did that shitty casino in Hamilton, Oregon, Wild West.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I was on my way back.
That's not a thing anymore, by the way. So.
Oh no, I figured.
talking about shit.
How's a casino go out of business? That's fucking wild.
Is the casino without a business?
No, the casino's still there. They don't
Oh,
do
okay,
comedy
yeah.
now.
Well,
Oh, okay.
comedy sucked anyway.
They
But
want a part of your merch too. Fuck 'em.
I was driving back, and I called Tony because that's what we used to. If we were driving, we just call and talk. And I'm like, "Hey man," I go, "I'm thinking about quitting drinking for a while." And I'm like, "I'm gonna quit." I go, "How about we like enjoy?" Because it was like May. I'm like, "Let's enjoy like halfway through being part of summer, and then we'll quit and you know see for a while and see how we feel." Or I'm like, "I'm gonna do that." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I want to do that with you. Like, I'm gonna quit too." And I go, "Okay, cool, man. Let's quit. Let's do it together. We'll enjoy part of summer, and then we'll, you know, maybe go back or whatever." And then that weekend, he checked himself into rehab. So I'm like, "All right, well, I guess I'll quit too. If you're going to rehab, like I'm quitting now. You know, that's my dog. I'm not gonna fucking. If you're going, I'm not gonna wait and keep drinking while you're in fucking rehab." So I quit too, and then. He fucking quit on life, that piece of shit. And I just
That was like January, though, right?
yeah, it was in January.
Oh, man.
And then I just after a while, I'm like, I'm gonna see how long this goes. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna see how long I can take this. And then after a while, I'm just like, I don't care. You know, I don't care anymore. I don't miss it. I don't like crave it.
Okay.
And it's like I'm not worried about like addict being out of control, but also like I could have a drink and then what? It's like it doesn't gain me anything. I don't. It's like why even do it then?
Man,
you know.
this turned into intervention for me. Thanks.
Yeah. Anyway, your family's coming in. Come on, guys. Tell them how I disappointed you.
Man, dude, I love that you're sober. You're like, yeah, I want Saddam Hussein for you.
Yeah. Sobriety brings you clarity.
I realize this is not nothing wrong.
Yeah.
When we look back at history far enough,
Yeah.
trust me.
You guys get an egg on your face. So, it's all right. But yeah, so I still do mushrooms regularly. But beyond that, like I don't I don't do anything else. I'm good. I work out. I eat clean. Like in Texas, I have my own little mini farm, dude. I got chickens. I got a fruit orchard. I got a vegetable. I got I grow my own vegetables and shit. I just bought like a half a cow from a local farmer. I don't fuck with the grocery store and stuff anymore.
He doesn't even go to eat, bro. He's like,
no, really, no. It's really, barely.
You can't trust that shit.
Most of the stuff I eat is from my garden or my chickens or the farmer I buy my.
Well, I understood
that guy now.
Yeah,
I understood
I can't leave your house.
what he meant when he said he bought half a cow, but really, visually, I thought someone just cut a cow in half. Like, here, get your half.
It's kind of like that.
You get the front row. It's like, oh, I really want the leg one.
I do that. I buy like a quarter cow or like a half a pig every once in a while.
Yeah, it's great.
Got a bunch of meat.
Oh, it's cheaper than the store, and it's better for you too. It's none of that bullshit. So
they have a big freezer.
Uncle fucking hunts a lot, so we'll get like elk and deer and shit.
Elk is the best shit.
So you got like a big Styles P freezer.
I got a big deep freezer. We put it all in, and then I work out every day. I eat clean, and I feel good.
Good for you.
What time is it, man? Because we can talk about working out and shit.
We're at one.
I went to the gym already today.
We're about 70 minutes. We got. Let's do one more question. We've got one more. Go off in a bag. What do you want to fucking talk about? 9/11. Let's go.
9/11. Yeah.
It was just
the Jews, obviously.
We
can't. The Hebrews, but yes.
I figured to cook it on.
Control groceries and money and weather.
Weather. Gosh, I can't even think of like. Hey, what's a food hack?
Food hack. It's so funny because I was looking at those things you said, the list you sent me, and that's the one I couldn't think of anything.
What's a good one you think about that list that I gave you? By the way, we don't do any of those things. We don't have to do it, but like there's something here.
We did two. So
we only did two. The two ones we got the meanest things and like back and forth. I always like that one here. Middle Ages. Catch you up. I didn't get carded the entire week that I've been drinking.
I'll tell you a road story that's funny that I want to figure out how to make this into a bit, but it's just too long of a like setup to.
Well, it's not a good storyteller, but he just said.
Yeah.
Storyteller.
So years ago, this girl came back to my hotel with me, right? And she, so I'm like a weirdo. I like. Because I grew up poor, like I'm weird about stuff. So like I hate waste, you know? So like I only open one bar of soap and then I just use the same soap in the shower and to wash my hands in like I'll, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm there for a couple days, like because you know the bathroom, like where you wash your hands is not in the same room as the bath, like you know what I'm saying in the hotel. Yeah. So like I use the same bar of soap. So she comes back to the hotel. And she goes to the bathroom and she comes back out and she goes to wash her hands and I see her, she's like, and she picks up the soap by the sink and it's still sealed. And she goes, how long did you say you've been here? And I go, I've been here for like 3 days. And she goes, huh. And then like it didn't hit me till later. Like, oh, she's judging me because she thinks I've been here for 3 days and haven't opened this bar of soap. Like, she doesn't realize that there's one in the shower that I'm using. She just thinks but the thing is, she still fucked me.
Yeah,
so
there we go.
There we go.
Bitch.
She's the whore.
She's like, I can't just get into the wash. What's she gonna do? I'd be pissed. Like, bitch, you think I use hotel soap? What are you talking about? I have my own shit.
Yeah.
I don't bring that.
Yeah,
She's just having a flashback of all the things you did together. All the things you did together. Like, huh, his penis is in my mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't wash his hands.
Ew. We had sex after that. So she still made the conscious choice of like, I don't think this guy's using soap, but I'm already here.
That's like her. He did make me laugh twice.
Yeah.
I would be here, man. I heard a story about you and Lewiston, like the headliner just got on or some shit, and you're like, well, he told some girl, like, oh, I got 45 minutes. Then you went back while the headliner was on.
No problem.
Did that and came back. I was like, that sounds like some decent.
Yeah, of course. Dude, I was fucking, I had 45 minutes. You think, that's a long, I held I need 7.
Yeah, that's huddle time. That's every
45 minutes. That includes walking back to the hotel and shit. Yeah, that sounds like some shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that, Lewiston was
He timed that up pretty well to the T. Like, if he washed his hands, it would have been 47 minutes.
Yeah. Lewiston was, wow. Well, when you and Steve, they ate a bunch of mushrooms and walked around Lewiston.
Yeah, I walked around in my running shorts. We went to like clubs and shit, and I was just making fun of Lewis and shit. Like, what's it like being the hottest chick in Idaho?
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? Is it sad?
Is that sad?
I don't give a shit.
She's like,
it's so stoned.
it's like a double. It's like, oh, never mind. That's just a mean thing you're trying to say.
It was me.
Like, wait, I don't know, wait, huh?
Yeah. So you still gonna swim across the Columbia?
Yeah, I kept telling him I was going. I'm like, I can make it across that river.
Oh, how deep? How far is that?
I still think I could.
No, you're fucking dying.
I could make it across the river.
It's like 3 football fields in like crazy current. You're definitely gonna die.
I wouldn't make it straight across. I'd be down a ways.
I guess you could float across. Luckily, maybe. Like that, maybe.
Come on,
Yeah.
I'm a strong swimmer.
Like you can make it then, but it's not alive. You know,
Yeah, I'm good.
like you say you can make it, you just say you can make it alive.
Yeah, my body would wash up to on that side shore eventually. Babbling.
Like, oh,
I don't have to pay him. He won the bet. What's he
Yeah.
What's he really gonna do?
I just go funny.
Yeah, we're gonna put. What is it? Stan?
Kill stand.
Kill Stan. All right, man. Yo, so kill Stan. Like even if he doesn't make the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like by the time this comes out, you'll still have.
We'll
copies of it.
let it out.
Where can they find
We'll
a
let out
copy
this
if they want to get a copy of Kill Stan?
You can. My website is inferno.earth. There's no .com. It's just .earth now. All
You're
the
such a fucking hippie, dude.
all the porn sites have the .coms. Jesus Christ, you can't find a .com anymore.
OnlyFans.earth. This hippie chicks.
Lots of hairy bush.
I don't discriminate. The Inferno.earth is the Facebook, Inferno.earth is the Instagram. You can go to any of those and find it, or follow me on Instagram, Deece.comedy, and I post all that shit there too. So
Yeah, and Deece is spelled D-E-E-C-E.
you got it.
Because people are gonna spell that fucking
They are
wrong.
gonna, yeah. But Inferno.earth, anywhere you search, you're gonna find it. Kill Stan. That's
Inferno.earth just sounds like the Earth's on fire.
Yeah.
It's a
I thought it was like a.
It's a global-
It's
a global warming risk.
Like
Yeah,
Dude, I didn't know .earth was like. I'm gonna buy.
it's the best domain.
I'm gonna buy my things at Pornhub.earth. It's actually
Yeah,
my
it's
website.
like,
Don't work.
they give 10% back to the porpoises.
There we go.
Porn for porpoises. That's a cause.
Porn for a purpose. I we had it there. Well, dude, thanks for having us, man. Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming to Greg's house for me.
Yeah. It was fun, dude.
Absolutely, man. All right, Deece. Good to see you, man. Like,
Hey, Deece, who are you gonna call?
Roastbusters.
Nice. All right. Kill it.
There we go. Shit, it didn't record. No, I was kidding.
Oh, fuck it. That was good.
Okay, I gotta go back.